Hello, my name is George Watts. I'm also called the Barefoot Web Designer because when I'm not setting up and designing websites, I'm teaching yoga. I'm a fully qualified British Will yoga teacher. I only design sites for yoga teachers and also other alternative health practitioners. So this is a case study. This video is going to be over an hour long, and I go in depth about into what I do when I set up a website. So this will be great for my current clients who I've already set a websites up, and they're getting ideas on how I can possibly do different things with the drag and drop modules within the system. And also, if you're interested in getting a website from me, it's just a way of getting to know me and to how I go about setting up a website. So hopefully this will be interesting. And also for other people, it'll be, even if you're not interested in getting a website from me, you'll gain some insights into how to go about creating your own website as well. So there's lots of tips and tricks I'll be showing you. It's not just about creating a nice looking website. You've got to have got to be aware of certain elements, like the call to actions, why you're putting the certain elements in. So to get a really good, clean looking professional website that actually converts well takes a lot of experience. So what you're getting in the next hour is going to be tapping into my web designer brain. I've been designing websites probably for 15 years now, so I hope you enjoy. So this is the revised website, and I noticed immediately that it's very clean and lots of white space. So I go through this later. I go through now. I go to the website how it was before. So here it's very busy. There's 15 pages going on up here. It's very cluttered. You've got images flicking in and out, which is a bit disconcerting really. You can't really read the text up there, and then you've got big text there and little text there, so it's all a bit of a mishmash. You've got the logo over here, so it's busy is the main thing. So if you go to the BBC website, you'll notice very, very clean. This is so clean and uncluttered. That's how modern websites are these days. So this is the main thing I want for you to get out of this, is to not go down. If you just got a website, you might want to complicate stuff and put loads of things in there and make it really busy. That's probably a natural thing to do, but if you catch yourself when you're doing that, just say less is more and try to keep it clean as possible, just like the BBC website. The BBC website, they have probably the best web designers in the world, and they spend millions of pounds a year on their website, and they could make it as busy as you like, but they've opted for clean because after years and years of research, they know the reader, the person, the visitor coming to the site, they don't want it busy because it's too much of a distraction for the eyes and for the mind. You want it clean, simple and uncluttered. I'm going to go through each element of the home page here to give you hopefully to give you ideas on how to do stuff for your own website. So here we're using the Divi theme. So all my templates, all the themes on the site on my website here. You go here and you click on the Alternative Health WordPress themes. I use the Divi theme, so it's widely regarded. So for all the sites here, I use the Divi theme on them. So it's I'll show you why. It's very modular based and very easy to create really dynamic looking websites. So one at a time here. I go through. So the logo, we've got a nice central logo there, nice and bright. So that's the logo the client wanted. I think she got that designed. But we do logos as well. Sometimes clients will come along with the logos, or sometimes they want them done. And already gone over the menus here, so only 4 pages there for clean, uncluttered. People aren't going to be thinking what to go to. So if you come to here, all this going on here, it's too much. It's too much for a visitor to take. So here we've simplified, just like on the BBC website. The next one I've got here is a full featured slide, full featured header. So I'm just going to go in. So once you've logged into your WordPress site, you'll be able to, always come just to whatever page here. We're on the home page, and we're going to click Edit Page to show you what this feature is there. So just going to scroll on down, and that feature there is the full width header. So we're using the full width header, and if I go in there, I've got the heading there, I've got the subheading in there, got it as light. If I had it dark, the text would go dark, but because I've got an orange background, a coloured background, light looks a lot better. And I've centred it, so if I didn't centre it, it'd be off to the left. Obviously centering looks better. And here I've got the admin label just to make the viewer on your website won't see that. That's just for you. So when you go into here, that's the admin label I've got there, your Greek, so I know it's about the Greek holiday destination. That's the title. So to get one of these, say if you wanted to create a full width header, all you do is you can come to anywhere on the site. So see how they're all modular based. So I'd go to add, see here, there's an add section, and there's an add full width section and an add speciality section. I'm going to go to the add full width section, and it pops up just below wherever you add it. We'll pop it up. Then it gives you, so that's the section. Now we're going into modules, so it's all sections and modules, very easy. Couldn't be easier really. Now I'm going to choose the full width header. So you've got lots of other things you can choose from here, but here I'm just showing you what's currently on the website. So I'd click onto that, and now we're into what I've just showed you before. You've got the title, the subheading, the text color, text orientation, and all that. You'd never have to worry about these two here, the CSS ID and CSS class. That's always going to be blank. So that's how you create that. I'm going to get rid of that now because we've already got that there. So I'll just go back in again just to recap. So gone back into the site, and that was this full width. So the full width here goes all the way across. That's why it's called the full width. It will cover all the way across the width of the website. And you could have something different where it doesn't go all the way across, but I think this is a better look. So that is that section. The next section I'll go over this Google map, how to put a Google map on. So let me just show you how to put a nice looking Google map into your website, and just show you how it looks here. There it is there on here, so very nice looking, and the user can come over here and they can click to scroll on in, to scroll on out, and they've also got the usual thing here. They click onto that man there and put him in there. You can go down to Street View and you can have a nice little look around. So nice look. So I will show you how that is done. So let's go into Edit Page. And come on down. So we've gone over the first section here, that's the full width header, so you know how to do that. Now right below that we've got the full width map. So I'll just go in and show you how, what the features are here. All you need to do, the map center address, that's what we see on the home page there. That's what we just looked at there. That's what the visitor will see. And all you need is you can put the full address, or you can just put the the town and the country, and it will show up. And then we come up into here. You'll put up in here, and we've just named it the Sunrise House because that's the name of the house. We put the map pin address in, and we're going to just put the Volos address, and that's it. That's all you need to do. So I'll just exit out of there. So obviously, if you've changed something, you can add as many maps as you want. So you'll probably only need one. So give you an idea of adding a new one. So I put in where I live, Powys, Wales, and this could be George's house, just an example. And you come down here, there's Paris, so there's a bit of vague there, so let's put in Wells, see what comes up there. So you might have to fiddle around a little bit, but usually it's very good. You can put your exact address and it'll put it on for you. So there it is, it's found Goodnod Wells. If you put an exact house in there, it would do that. Click save. I've never actually done 2 pins before, so it'll be interesting to see. So here we scroll down for the there we can we've got now the 2 pins going on here, so that's what that does. So that'll be interesting to see. So we're going to go click save and see what that's now done. So this will be new for me as well. I mean 99.99% of the time you'll probably only just need the 1 pin. So here what that does is obviously, it's maybe if you had several venues. So this website's for a venue. They hire out their venue, their house, their sunrise house in Greece, and you can hire it out as a holiday location, or as if you're a yoga teacher or anyone really running a retreat, you could hire it out as a retreat. So say if you had several venues, you could have several pins, so that's how you do that. But if you're a typical yoga teacher, you'll maybe want to just maybe highlight your venue. So you might have several venues maybe where you do your teaching, so you could have 3 or 4 different places where you teach your classes, and you can have 1 pin for each. So it might be a good idea. Let me go back in. I'm going to change this back. I'm going to go back into the to the map. So here, just to edit out, I don't need that. I'll get rid of that. So now it's got rid of that. Let's see if it's going to. Yeah. Now I can scroll back into where I want visitors to have a look. That's fine there. Click save. Let's just click preview just to make sure everything's okay. And we'll scroll on down, and yeah, that's fine. So it's got rid of the other pin, and we're all looking good. Dog's going mad there because my partner's phone's going. But so here, if you wanted to add a map, full width map. So again, it's full width because it's gone all the way across the website, just like the this one up here, which is the full width header. That's going all the way across, so it's a nice look. So I'm going to go into, so this is how you do it now. So if you wanted a full width map and you haven't got it on your site yet, all you would do is go click add full width section. So wherever you want it, it could be further down the page, but we want to add it just below here. So click on that. Now I'm going to go, so I'll do that again, insert modules. So we click insert modules, and then we'll find the Google map. So there's the full width map, so we'll click on to that, and you can put these. So this is all I did here was Volos, Greece. That was there. Click find, and that was there. So you could put an exact location if you wanted to. And here again, you can just put whatever you want. Maybe name of your. So this is the venue, but for you, if it's a yoga teacher, you're a yoga teacher, you maybe have yoga class, but the yoga class, the name of your town or whatever, and you put in the address here, click find, and so that's done it for you. That's all you need to do. So pretty simple, isn't it? You then click save, and you've got all that. You could do on the admin label here. It's kind of nice. You can just this is for you, so keeps you a bit more organised. So I could just put here full width map, and I could put, if it's one of my yoga classes, I could put ABC yoga class there. Click save, and you see that's within the thing there. It's telling me it's a full width map module, and I've done my admin there saying ABC yoga class, so I just know what that is. I don't need that. Again, if you want to delete anything, if I deleted that, that will just delete them. Click over here, that just deletes the module, and it could add something else in there. But if you want to delete the whole section, you come over to the section there, click the X, and you're done. So that's it. We'll go back in and preview, make sure everything's okay, and do a bit of a recap of what we've done. So really simple, nice effect. It's nice to have, it just looks the part really when you've got a nice Google map. This will probably be better on your contact page, so you could have, or if you've got a yoga class page and you might want a different map for each one instead of having several pins, so you could have a map for your class in one town A and then another map in town B, and do it that way. I think I've also put it on the contact page, so if I go to the contact page, what have I done here? Yeah, I put the map at the very top of the contact page. I think that's a nice little touch. So yes, that's that. I hope that helps. Now I'm going to cover the full width feature slider here. So we've gone through all these elements here, and you've scrolled back down. Here's the feature slider. There it is, sliding away, and you can change the amount of seconds. At the moment I think this is like 7 or 8 seconds. Each 7 or 8 seconds it slides to the next one. I try to get the benefit or the feature as the title, and a little bit of text, and then the most important part here is the get in touch button there, so I'll show you how that works. Call to action, just go over briefly what that's all about. It's probably the most important part of your website. You don't have very clear questions spread throughout your website, your conversion rate is going to drop dramatically. So you've got to have these call to actions. 99% of the time your call to action will be, if you're a yoga teacher or any small business, you'll want someone to click on the button to go to your contact page to send you an email or to pick up the phone and give you a call. So that's it. It's that simple. So what we're doing here is showing on the feature slider here, we're showing them a nice image, really nice images of the of their venue and of the surrounding areas. And the heading is usually either a feature or a benefit. So here we've got the amazing climate. There's a bit of text about the climate, and then the call to action. Next one here is the large garden, so there's a nice picture of the sunrise house with the garden, and again they all have the get in touch call to action. Next one is easy access, so we've got the airport, easy access to the venue, and so forth. So here we've got sea, mountains and islands all nearby, great location, couldn't be a better location for your holiday or to host a retreat. And the cultural heritage, and we've got amazing culture around this area. So we're painting a picture of this place being an amazing Greek holiday destination. So let's go in and I'll show you how it's done. We'll go to edit page, and we'll scroll on down. So we got over the first part. The first part of the video I covered the full width header, then we covered the full width map. Now we're on to the call to action, so the full width slider. So let's go in. So again, we click onto this section there to edit, and we've got one for each one. So each slide we had a new one here. So I'm going to go into one of them and just show you the details. Heading. So while I'm doing that, we'll probably good. I'll just show you. Let me just get into another one there. I'll just show you. Scroll down to there's the slider. Sliding away. So here the heading, so for this one that's the heading that goes there, that one just went past. So there it is, Greek holiday destination, that's the heading title there. Up there, the text, the button text, that's that there, the get in touch. You can call that whatever you want. The button URL, so that's the going to the contact page, so for you it'll probably be the same thing. Click on that, that'll go to the contact page. And to get that URL, you would just open up a new browser, click into your thing, maybe go to your contact page, and then copy the URL up the top there, and then you can just paste that in to there. So that's pretty simple. You won't need a background image. We're using the slide image. So you'll just come in here if you wanted to change the image or add a new image. You click in. So then let's go back in again there, you just click upload an image. select one of the images if you've already got lots of images on your website, or you can upload a file by clicking Upload Files and selecting a file from your desktop. So all pretty simple, and then you'd, whatever image you wanted, you could select, and you would just, put the title. You don't need the alt text or the description really. The main thing is, just put in your title in, whatever it is. And once you've selected the image, you'd go set as slide image, and that would be it. But I'm not going to do that, so I'm just going to X out there. And that's all you need to do really. Everything else is kept as default. The bottom part of here is where you have the text. So if you have a look on the slider, and let's go back to the slide. I went to the contact page there. Let's go back to the home page. So here's the text. So that's the text section. There is this section here. So that's where you add it, down the bottom there. So that's it. I haven't done anything there, so I'll now show you how to go in and do one yourself. So if you haven't already got one of these on, you just come wherever you want it on your website. It doesn't have to be any of the stuff that I've showed on this video. You can add these to any pages on your website. I'm just obviously showing you the home page because it's the most important one. You've got to get that right. Most of the other pages are going to be a lot simpler than your home page. So this is where you have most going on. So let's get the feature slider. This is how you do it. We go to the add full width section, and now this adds a section, and now I'm going to go insert modules, and here we're going to go where are we going? Full width slider. Let's click on full width slider, and straight away it asks us, do we want to add a new slide? Yep, let's go add a new slide. Let's call this, and remember when you're doing your slides, try to get them either features or benefits of your whatever's going on there, or if you're a yoga teacher it could be simply name of your yoga class. It could be yoga classes in and you could put Bill Wells, that's from a town nearby me. The button text, this can be find out more or whatever you want. Keep it nice and short. Call to action. Find out more is a nice simple one. You could put more, more info or something, but I like that. The button URL, again, this is going to be your contact page. So to get that, I'd go to the contact page, highlight that, click copy, come over to the button URL, and then Control V, paste it in. And that's the button URL. So when you say the button URL, let's go back down to here. Let's go back to the home page again, just to make sure you. So that's the URL here. When you click on that, that'll go to the contact page. Now for a slide image, let's go upload an image, and let's select that one there. We've got to make sure it's pretty good size, not too small and not too big. Try to make it over 300 pixels, should be fine. Anything over sort of 300 pixels should work well. So let's just test that out. So we'll go with that, and that's fine. We'll keep everything okay there. Set as slide image, let's put it in there. And we can go down here, say this is a yoga class, you had a picture of an image of you, you in your yoga class. You could say, come and join us at our fabulous yoga class in Bilf Wells. And also if you wanted to here within the text section, so we're back into here, you'll see some of these have a link, so I've got a link to the cultural sites and museums, so if I click onto that, that'll take them to a site that's not on our page on here. It'll take them to an external website that has all the archaeological sites in the Volos area. So you can link to a site, a page within your website. So that's what I'm going to do here. Say for example, I've got a yoga class page. I'm going to click onto what I want highlighted and what I want linked. Click on this insert edit link, this little clip type icon up there, clicking on that, and here's a good way of finding it is let's go here, and we will go, so that's going all there. Maybe I can select from here and just type in, say if I know the name, Climat. It will come up with all the pages there. So say I might want it to link to the climate page, but just pretend that's a yoga page, your yoga class page. So you click onto that, and then that will automatically put the link of that page on your, this is a page from your website up there. And what you can do is click this to open in a new window. So if you didn't want it to go away from your home page, it would open up into a new tab, but that's fine, we'll leave that without it. And then you click add link, and there's your link. So we'll click save there. Everything else will stay the same. We don't have to do anything there. We can do the admin label there, just saying maybe this is your yoga class. So Bilf Wells yoga class, and then click save. That's showing it there. That's the admin. Only I will see that, so it's good for me for organisational purposes. Let's go preview, see how that looks. I've only got the one image in there. The one I've showed you there has got sort of 8 or 9 flicking in and out. So here, underneath that one should be another one now, and you'll see here that that image was too small, so it's probably, I think all the images I've used up here to have it that size are sort of 450 pixels and under 1000 pixels. So if you're sort of over 450 pixels and under 1000 pixels, it'll resize it for you, and they'll all be the same size. So I recommend keeping them, try to keep your images about 450 to 550 if you're using them on your pages like this. So and you'll also notice that here that's light. So I'll show you why that's done that. So you go back into here, and we go into the new one that we've done there. So we click into there. And it's not on this one, so just X out of there, it's over here. So we've got to go into the section. So this is the module section there, and then we come into the purple section, and we're going to go edit in there. And we scroll on down. Let's have a look. I don't have the background colour. Actually, no, it's not in there. Sorry about that. Let's go back into that section. And it should say somewhere here dark and light, unless I'm going mad. We've got to go into the actual slider there. So we're going to go into the slider. That's what we've just done, and we should have there's the text color section, so we should have that as dark. Click dark there and click save. Save again. I'll just go over that again in case that was a bit confusing. Go into here, that section there, clicking into there. Then we've got to click into the actual slider that we've added. Scroll on down, and there you'll see the text color section. We've changed it to dark. So once we've done that and saved, you can then see. I'm just going to click the preview, and obviously whenever you click the preview, it opens up in another tab, so you can preview it, see how it looks. Scrolling on down, and there it is. It's changed it to so you can now see it like that. So the reason why you'd want it white, if you ever wanted it white, is if you wanted it to coloured background, but I think it looks much better being white, so I'm not going to show you that because I'll only confuse you more. So that is how that works. So again, with the images, really make sure that you've done got a nice little simple. Again, your computer should have some sort of basic photo editing program. Go in, edit your images. If you want it to be, make it 450 or 500 or 550 pixels by whatever. And get it to that kind of size, and that'll be kind of the ideal images to get them so they're looking like this. And that's it. So what I'll just do, there's a bit of a recap. I'll go back into here. I'm going to X out of this. I don't need that. So what we've just done, X out. And let's just go preview the sites. In here, so that is your feature slider. So just to recap the important points here: nice images. Make sure you've got nice images. Shutterstock.com. Just type into Shutterstock into Google, and you'll find you can get nice royalty-free images there. There's lots of royalty-free image sites as well where you can get images for free as well. And you can just Google royalty-free websites, and you'll pop up with lots of them. Main thing again, we're back and make your title up here a feature, a benefit, or something enticing for the viewer on your website. Nice short bit of text. Don't put too much here because obviously it's sliding, and you can change the slider. Actually, I'll just show you that in a second, how you can change the timing for the slider. So here I've got it for about 8 seconds, and it will slide. And the most important part there is obviously that get in touch, so they can click onto that and they can get hold of you. I'll take you to the contact page, and they can call you or email you. So I'll show you about that timer. Let's just go back in. Here's the full width slider. Let's see if we can see where the timer is. So we've enabled there. That's here in milliseconds. So that's 8 seconds. 8,000 milliseconds is 8 seconds. So if you wanted the slider to be 4 seconds, you change that to 4,000. If you wanted it to be 10 seconds, it would be 10,000. So usually, sort of the best one I found is 8,000. Sort of anywhere from like sort of 5 to 8,000. It obviously depends on how much text you have. So I've got a little bit of if you only had one sentence, you may only need 4,000 there. 4 seconds would be fine, but I've got like a little bit of text there, so need about 8 seconds to kind of read through the amount of text that I've got. So it depends on how much text you've got. If you've got even more text, you'll obviously want to go longer, but I'd recommend not putting too much text here. Think Twitter, think being concise. So that's it. That's the feature slider. On the next video, I will show you the next part of this website, which is really just a simple text module. And within the text module, I've got sort of text and images within there. And I'll get right to that. So in this video, I'm going to cover the text module and how to use the text module. This will be the most common module that you'll use to build and edit your websites. So I'll just show you that down here. So there it is. That's the text module there. And it's got text and images. So it's slightly confusing because you can add images to a text module. But I'll cover that right now. So you go up there to edit page. And we'll scroll on down. We've done the first few parts there on the first video. We did the full width header, and we did the full width map and the full width slider. Now we're into this section here, which is the text module. So let's give that a go. I'm going to go into edit it. So click on those 3 lines as to edit, and remember those 2 ones there, that's just duplicate. So if I clicked on that, that will duplicate the text box. And you can go in and edit from there if you wanted a separate text box, but we want to go in and edit it. And there it is. So just simple text, the usual. You've got the usual layout here if you're used to Word or Pages in a Mac. Very standard. You've got bold, italicized, a line left, a line center, all that kind of stuff. You've got proofreading, spell check. You won't really need to use any of this. So if you want to, things that you might use are the break and the HR. Well, break will be the main one you'll probably want to use there. So say if you wanted more of a space, much more space in between for some reason, you'll just put the break button as many space. So with each break button that you put in there, you'll get it's like putting a space on Microsoft Word. It will put a space down below. So if I show you that now, so if I do 3, another break, so there should be a lot of space now when I go save this, and just before just 10 meters from the sea, we'll see a big space. So I go save and I go preview that just to show you what it looks like. So sometimes it's nice to have quite a bit of space. One of the worst things you can have on a website is things too close together and too clunky. So that's created that space there, because we've added 3 breaks. So if we only added 1 break, it would have gone to there, 2 breaks would have gone to there. We've added 3, so it's quite a big space there. Get rid of those. Let's get back in, go back into the text module there. And scroll on down, so get rid of those. There, get rid of the breaks. And now I'll just show you, maybe you want to put a horizontal line. So go enter, maybe you want to put horizontal rule. So I'll just show you how that looks. That then just put a line across the whole thing. So I'll click save, and I'll go preview. So whenever you go preview, it opens into another tab. So we'll go into that. And we'll scroll on down, and there it is. There's the horizontal rule. So you can have a horizontal rule going across. So if you're using the horizontal rule, you probably want to use the break that we just used. So you'd maybe put a break below there, and then that will put a bit of space, so it'll look a bit better. If I just show you how that works. Go back in to the text box. Scroll down, so there we thought it was a bit too close to that, so maybe we'll just put a break in. So let's put that break in there, and click save, and that'll put a nice bit of space there now. So go preview, opens up in the new tab. Main thing you've got to make sure is when you're doing the preview is that you go back into where you're doing the editing from, because you'll kind of confuse things. If you go back in here and you go to edit the page from there, it'll sort of it won't work very well because it will get confused. So this is just a preview, so you've got to remember you can X out of this every time if you want to make sure. But we're previewing that, we're coming down there and we can see, oh yeah, a bit of space has been added there, so it looks uncluttered and easier to read. So when you've done the preview, you can just then, it's good practice to get into just deleting it. Just make sure you don't delete that section there. The preview will always open up to the right of your main tab there on your browser, so just delete that to make sure you don't go in and edit it, because you always want to edit from there. The preview is just a preview. So here that's looking fine, so I'll go back down to the text box, and that is really, is there anything else here that you'd want to see? You've got, apart from the obvious here, you've got the paragraphs, and say if you wanted to make this bigger, you can choose any of them. Use them sparingly and only use these paragraphs like heading 1, heading 2, heading 3. So maybe you use the you'd only ever use the heading 1, say for maybe if you had a title at the very beginning and you had whatever your title was, title here, maybe you center it and it's a big title, that would be a heading 1. And say if you wanted to and you had subheadings and you had like a subheading here coming into whatever you're talking about, that's a subheading. So I'll just make that a heading 1 just to show you how it looks. That's heading 1. And a subheading, a normal natural subheading would be heading 2 if you've used that as heading 1. So I'll just show you how that looks. So then obviously for all your subheadings you'd want to use the heading 2 all the way down if you're using subheadings. So you keep it nice and so it looks the same throughout. So we'll go save and have a little look how that looks like. Click the preview again, that's loaded onto another tab there to the right. So we'll look down to see how it looks. So there's the heading there, and there's the subheading. So that's how that looks really. So again, that's sometimes you might want to better use that break again. It's a bit close to the text there. This is where those breaks come in handy. So we come back into the text box there, scroll back down. So say you put the title there and you want a bit more space in between, you go to the break section there, line break, click that, and that'll have a little break for you. And that's it. So I'll just show you again, just save, go back in here, preview, have a little look, and we scroll on down. And there you go, you've had a bit of space there between the title and the text. So I like doing that because I think it's easier to read if you've got a little bit of space in between your titles and your main text. So I'll go back in. That's really covering the main what you'll use the text modules mainly there. So I'm just going to get rid of this here. There. So what that does, because we've done the heading 1 at the beginning, it's all you've got to do here is a nice little trick. You can just go undo, and because we've used a heading 1 up there, we'll go back into text, and I'm just going to delete this section up here. So you see this heading 1 style, all that. So the very first bit there, I'm just going to delete that there, and then come back into visual. So you've got the text section box there, which shows you the kind of the HTML, the visual section there, and then we're back to normal there. So get rid of the break, get rid of that, get rid of the breaks there, so have it how it was before, and then we're going to click save. That's it. So if you don't have a text box already, just to recap, you would go click the add section. So this is, I've already added a section here and I've added a gallery to this section. So you'd go click add section, that will enter the section below wherever you clicked on it. Then you go insert columns, pick your column, normally it will be the full width column. Click insert modules, click your text module. You can do all that stuff down there, enter the text and enter the images by clicking add media to add the images. So that's how that works, pretty simple. I'm just going to delete all that and that's it. So the next video, I'll just go preview that to show you the next part of the home page here, and come back down. So the next part we're going to do is this gallery. So I'll just show you how to add a nice simple looking gallery. In this video I'm going to show you how to use the gallery module. I'll just show you how that looks on a live website right now. So scrolling down, and there it is. There's the gallery. Nice and simple. You've got 4 images to each row, and there's 12 images on this one. You can have as many images as you like. So yeah, I'll show you how that's done. Go to edit page, and once you're in, we'll come on down, and here's the gallery. Before I go in there, I'll just show you how I added that gallery, the default gallery in there beforehand. You go to add section, wherever you want the gallery to go. I'm going to click add section, there it is. It adds a section below wherever I clicked, and I'm going to click insert column. What you could do is there's lots of different columns here. I've got other video tutorials on this, but I could add lots of different sort of columns. Say if I added a third, a third, a third, you'll see there comes with 3 different columns. So I can add 3 different things, three different types of modules in there. But we're not going to do that. Let's just go back into here, click add section, insert column. I'm going to pick the one full width column. Then insert modules, then we simply just have to click the gallery. And then I'll just click save there, and that's it. The gallery's done. So I'm going to X out of that because I've already got one prepared at the top there. So X out there, and let's go into the gallery. So to go in the gallery, go and click on those 3 lines to go in and edit, and it'll always be defaulted to grid. I recommend keeping it to grid. You can go to slider and it'll go to a slider version, but I think the gallery looks better, more professional and better in a grid format. You can experiment. You can go have a look how that looks on a slide if you want to. Here you can choose the number of images. I recommend keeping it, because there's 4 to each row, I recommend keeping it 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, that type of thing. I wouldn't go more than 20 images. I'd say 12, 16 images, pretty good. And everything else is going to be defaulted, so you don't have to worry about all the other stuff there really. So all you're going to be probably changing here is that to maybe 12 or 16 or 8 or something, and then we'll go up here to update gallery. So in the gallery I've already got these 12 images, and I will show you how to go and add an image to the gallery, but more importantly how to get the right size image. So all the images have to be exactly the same size, otherwise you'll get the gallery have one big image, one small image, one other size image, and it won't look professional. So all the images that you want on your gallery, make sure you size them the same size. So I'm going to show you how to do that in a second, but I'm also going to show you right now. Let me X out of there, save. I'll just show you the website now. Let me just preview and show you what I mean by that, because at the moment all the images aren't absolutely perfect. They're all looking perfect there, but say if someone then clicks in and they go through they're the arrows, and they can X out of it there if they want to. But this one's a large size, this one's smaller, and this is the size I recommend. It's 795 pixels by 500 pixels. And I'll show you how to do all that in a moment. This is a slightly different size. All these images are slightly different sizes. So here, these are about 300 pixels, and they're getting quite small now. And Yeah, so that's how that works. So I will show you how to resize the image to whatever size you want. We'll get going there. I've started using something I used to use, or still do, Photoshop, which is a very expensive Photoshop cloud. So it's it's like 40, 50 pounds a month to use the high-end Photoshop. And what I found is something that's easier to use, and frankly, it's better really. So for the average person who's not a web designer or a graphic designer, you don't need Photoshop. You'll just need to go to something called picmonkey.com. I'm not affiliated with them in any way whatsoever. It's just a really simple way of editing and resizing images. So you go to picmonkey.com, and then you'll see here you go to edit. So then you'll pick the image. So if you've done an image and you've if it's an image that you've done on your camera, or you've got on Shutterstock, which is a royalty-free website, and you want to resize it, or you've got the image somewhere else, this is how you go about doing it. So here's the image here. I've got one image here, and it's 1200 pixels wide, which is too big at the moment. So I want to edit that, so I'm going to double-click, and it opens up immediately into a nice browser there, editor for us to edit. And I'll just take you through the basics here. There's a huge amount that you could do, but I'm just going to show you what 99.9% of the time you'll probably only need to do here for your images. This is for your gallery images. You'll just need to go to resize. What you could do is also crop. You can come up here and you can crop, and if you do want certain things within the image, you can crop it there. But I like the image how it is. So it's going to be resize. All you need to do is untick the keep proportions there, and now just put the whatever size you want. So I will put 795 by 500, and that looks fine. So I'm going to click apply, and say that didn't look quite right. You might need to do a bit of cropping. You could do a bit of cropping first, but that all looks fine to me. And that's it. All you now need to do is go to save, and you'll be good to go. But I'm just going to show you a little bit around what else you can do in here. So I will go into, you could sharpen the image. That's a nice little effect. If the image looks a bit dull, you can click on the sharpen, and you've got a little bar there, and you can move across, and you can see the image just sharpening up there. Normally the best effects you get is kind of midway or just before midway. The clarity, if I went all the way to the end, it goes a bit mad, but sort of about halfway starts looking a little bit better if you like that sort of effect, or you can keep it on the default. So keep it there, and I'll click apply. Yep, quite like that. And let's have a look at the exposure. You can do some stuff with the brightness there. So say if your picture was a bit dark and you took it outside and it's looking a bit dark, go into the exposure and you can bring that across there and make it really bright, or you can darken it across there. Highlights, you can make it highlighted. So there's lots of fun things you can go in and do by clicking around these things. And if there's certain thing that you suddenly do something and you go there and you don't like anything, you just click cancel. It takes you back to how you were before. So you've got a few things over here. The icons on the left here, I'll go quickly through right now. So here we've just covered those at the top there. Basic, these are the basic edits. Here, let's click onto that icon there, which is the effects. This is kind of cool. If you want a kind of effect going on with your image, you can do something there. So for example, if you wanted dusk, it changes the image to a nice dusk effect. Let's click again. And with all these ones, you can adjust, go further, and fade. Use the bar there to adjust more. So I'm going to cancel that. There's lots of these different effects. I'll leave it to you. A sepia is quite a popular one. Maybe got that one there. Cancel. Black and white. You could go black and white like that. Anytime you like something, you just obviously simply go apply, and it will apply it for you. Click cancel. Another one here. Let's click on that icon there. This is the touch up. So if you wanted to do, you probably won't need to use this one. This is really just for graphic designers who are doing pictures for people's faces and stuff like that, really. But I'll just show you how it kind of works. So we'll go here. So you can do a brush up here. brush effect, and no, it's not really, you're not going to see anything there. So I'll just cancel that. So we don't really need to go into there. Let me just go into the text. You might use the text, so click on the text icon, and here you can choose whatever text you like. So you might choose that one. Let's choose there, and you click add text. So whatever you've chosen there will come to the top. So whatever you choose there, then you click add text, and it'll bring up over there the text, and you could say yoga holiday, something like that, whatever you want, and you can put that wherever you want within the image, like that. So, and you could center it, all that kind of stuff, but I'm going to delete. So that's the text section there. You've got the little butterfly thing, which are the overlays. This might be a little bit of fun, you might like doing that, but you could put like an anchor in there, and that puts an anchor in. Just delete. So little overlays if you wanted to add some little fun stuff to your images. The borders, the frames, so it's the frame section. This is quite good. Say if you wanted the rounded corners effect, there it is. Say if you wanted to go deeper with the thing there, you can get that like that using the bar. Just going to cancel that. Photo corners, that makes it looks like you're in a frame, which is a really nice effect, and you can have different frame edges, so that's quite nice. Let's click cancel. But whatever you're using, especially for the gallery, you keep it the same. Obviously, you wouldn't want to do one effect on one image and do another effect on another image and another effect on another image. That will look very amateurish. You just want to keep the same effect across all your images on your gallery. So whatever you choose, make sure you like it and do the same thing for each of your images. And really, that's it. There's a few other ones there, and you can go in there and you can change the textures, which is quite nice. So here's the water. If you want to, you can have a little water effect going on there. So if I clicked on that, you'll see a little water. It's like you're in. He's in a pond there. You could have that bubble rain effect going on there. All this, and you can make it larger, more. Again, fiddling around with the saturation and the fade to get all these different effects. So there's a lot of really amazing things that you can do with this free online editor. So I'm going to cancel that, and I'm just going to now, I'm happy with how that is. Actually, there's one more thing I'll quickly show you here. You can have these are themes. So here, if you wanted, all these different sort of themes here, you can go in and have a little play. Say if you wanted a comic hero theme, you can come into here, click the comic print, and it'll change the image to make it look like a comic print image. So that's it. So all you now have got to do is now save it, and it'll come here. And then I want to go here. Here's an interesting one. So it's got the different quality sizes, and it will show you the size here. This is 121 kilobytes, which is still a bit large. So it's got a quality size Roger, Pierce, and Sean. All obviously Bond characters. So I want to choose Roger, and that'll put the image down to 90 kilobytes, which is pretty good, and the image quality is still very good. So that's great. I'll now click save to my computer, put it wherever I want to, so and then maybe rename it, one there, click on save, and that's the image. I've got the image in there, it's got saved up there, and that's great. So I can now go back into my computer and say I want to add that image now. I'll just show you now how to add the image. Go to the gallery module, click on there, let's go update the gallery, let's go click add to gallery over here on the left to add an image, and upload an image. And what we can do is just we can drag the image across. So there's the image there, you can just drag it into there to upload it, or you can also select files and go to the image from there. So there's two ways of getting the images in. So here's the image. I'll maybe put a capital P at the front there and copy that, put that into the alt text and the description. and that's fine. I'll then click Add to Gallery. That'll add to the gallery at the end, and what you can do is drag and drop. So you might want to put it there, or you might want to put it at the very front. I'll put it at the front for us at the beginning, and let's just see how that looks. So you go click Update Gallery. Number of images we'll put to 13 now. It won't look even because we want 4 on each row, so now, but we'll see how that looks anyway. Click Save, and let's go Preview, see how that looks. And we'll come down, and there is the image there. So it's probably got there and there. It's got one more there because we've got 13 images now. So ideally, you'd want to add 3 more images there to have 16. So we'll click onto that now just to show you the size. There's the size, 795 by 500. That's a lovely size. Click on Next there, and it's the same size as that one there. So that's how you do that. It's pretty straightforward, and it's really quite important to get the images right. So using this picmonkey.com to go in there, have a bit of fun. To get back to the basic editing one is at the top there. So if you click up the top there on the what is the crop icon, is really you get back to the basic edits, and there's the crop and the resize and the sharpen. 99% of the time you'll just use the resize to resize it to whatever size you want. Again, I recommend 7 by 500, but it could be whatever you like. And sharpen, it's quite good to sharpen it like we did before. And you might want to crop if there's some parts of the image that you don't like. So that's it. I hope you found that helpful. In this video I'm going to show you how to use the call to action and why to use the call to action. Here on the home page, I'll just show you what that looks like. There's one call to action there for the rates and bookings. So this is the number one call to action I once is for people to go to the rates and booking page and to book in for their venue. And I've got the other one down here. So I've got it twice on the home page. So the reason is because it's the most popular and the most important action my client wants is for someone to go to the rates and booking page and to book the venue. And there's 2 different sections here to the website. On up here they've got they can hire the venue out. So at the top here we've got Sunrise House, your Greek holiday destination. So we've got that there, and we've got the description all there, and the gallery, and then at the end the rates and bookings. So call to action at the end once they've seen everything and if they want to book. And there's another thing that they do is they like, for me, I'm a yoga teacher, so one of their prospects is people like myself, yoga teachers like myself, who want to book the venue, their Sunrise House, as a retreat, to host their retreat, which I will be doing one day. And there's another section here, so there's some information about all that stuff there to book that, and at the end another call to action. So I'll just show you how to do this call to action. Let's go to Edit Page. And I think this is while I'm doing this, this is probably the number one mistake most newbie you've got a website, and a lot of days people are kind of doing a DIY, doing it themselves, and they forget to be really clear and to have make sure what's their number one call to action they want visitors to their site to take. And you've got to get really clear about that, and then make it really easy for visitors to your site to make that action. So that's why this call to action module is probably one of the most important things, important elements of your website. So if I scroll on down, you'll see here I've got this call to action. I'll just show you how to add a call to action just in case on your site if you haven't already. Most of the time people get a website with me, I'll already have set this up for them, but in case you haven't, I've got a site from me. I'll just show you exactly how it's all done. You go to click the Add section, click the Insert Columns, click the full width column, Insert Module. We're going to click that, and then we're going to find the call to action. So there's the call to action there. Click on that, and that's it. I'm going to click Save, and we've added a call to action there. And I'm now going to show you what I've done within the call to action there. So I can now delete this one. Let's go into and edit and show you the call to action module. I'm just going to go into those 3 lines to go into edit it. And you can put the title there. So if I just open up another page here just to show you while we're doing that, I've got the rates and title, rates and booking as the title. And let me just show you while we're doing it. Let's scroll on down. So there's the call to action. There's the title there, rates and booking. That's it there. The button URL, that's the rates and booking page. So this is a link outside of their website. So I've got the link and I put it there. Sometimes, most of the time, especially for most yoga teachers, it will be your contact page. So all you'll need to do is click on the contact page there of your website, copy the contact page, copy that. I'll just go back. And then you'd paste that into the button URL. So what that is this section here. So when they click onto that there, it will take them to whatever link you've put there. So here, this is going to take them to this offsite link to a rates and booking page. But for you, you might paste in your contact page there that we've just copied. So here, the button there, that's obviously this bit here. So hire Sunrise House as your yoga retreat, your retreat venue, and that's it there. And you can change, you can change the colour there. So if you didn't want a colour, background colour, you click no. Put the colour there, and you can pick whatever colour you like from here. And also you pick the text is light, so you'll only want this to be light if you picked a background colour, because light looks better on the background colour. But if you didn't have a background colour, you'd have that as dark. So we're going to keep all the name, and here the admin label is just for you to see, so you know you can keep you organised, so you know what's going on within the module there. So I've called this rates and booking right there. And that's it really. So let me go X out of here. So that's how you do the call to action. Very simple. Let's just go back in and preview it. So there it is. Very, very simple. You can have whatever colours you like in the background. If you didn't have a colour, this would all be white and this would be dark. You choose dark text colour. So call to action, again, just to recap, a really, really important part of your website. You can have this on, I've also got the call to action on the contact page. You can have this call to action on pretty much every page of your site. So whatever it is your #1 call to action, have this call to action module on every page. You can't really do it too much. I mean, you don't want loads and loads on each page. What I've done here is 2 on the home page is obviously more than enough. But if it's okay to put this call to action at the bottom of every single one of your pages. In this video, I'm going to show you the contact form module. And this is at the moment, a website's always evolving. Always tell my clients that a website is organic, and Google loves it when you update your pages and your posts. Most people are used to the theory of updating their posts and adding new posts, but great to update your pages. So the last thing the thing that Google doesn't really like is a static page. It kind of hates it. So every now and again, if you can, go into some of your pages, especially your home page, and change it up. So here at the very end, at the moment, we've got the call to action. Just done the call to action, but it's a kind of another call to action, is get in touch. So here I've got a nice little photo there, blue and yellow cans there. That symbolise the getting in touch. Nice little bit of humour, and also matches the colour of the website. And there's the get in touch form. So I'll just show you how that's done. We'll go up to the edit page. And let's have a little look. And we'll scroll on down to the very last module here. So here it is. That's what I've done there. I'll show you how I've done that. So I'm going to go click the add section link there, and then here I've got 2 modules. So I've got two columns. So when it says insert columns here, I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to click the half and half. so 2 columns, there it is. And then what I did was insert an image column there, so click insert modules, and then I went to image, and that's fine. I'll click save there, and that one was a contact form, so I clicked insert modules, and there's a contact form over there, and then click save. So that's now duplicated what I've got here on the web, what I showed you previously on the website. So I'm going to delete that, and now show you what I did there. So delete there. Let's go into edit the image, or go into the image section of the module. Click in the 3 lines. There's the image. So pretty straightforward. Go upload an image, whatever you want. Go to your media library or your upload files to get that image. So already covered how to do all this within the other videos. And the contact form, again, click into those 3 lines to go into it. And what you can do is display the captcha. So what that does is it prevents spamming. So if you want people to like type in a few letters or something, that'll display there. So at the moment it doesn't have it. I'll put that as display captcha, just to show you what it is. You'll need within the email section your email address. Title can be whatever, but usually get in touch or contact me works well, and that's the admin label is just for you to, so you know what it is. So I click save, and let's go to preview. There, preview, and I'll show you what how it looks like with the captcha. So we scroll on down here, and now you see down here it says 12 plus 6 equals, and you've got to put that in the box. And so that's fine. I'll keep it like that. That prevents spam. I mean, I've yet to get spam without the captcha, so I don't think it's a huge issue. So it's whatever you want really. But if you did have it without the captcha and you suddenly start getting spammy emails, you could then just put the captcha in there. So what I'm going to do is update that and get rid of the preview section there. And that is it. So I hope you enjoyed that video. In this video I'm going to what we've done with the testimonials page. So this is probably one of the most important pages. Obviously the home page most important, the contact page probably the second most important, the third most important will be your testimonials page. So you could have all your testimonials on your home page, whatever you choose to do. So here's the layout that I've got. So I've got a little text module over here, why our customers love us, and a bit of text there, sales copy. And here I've got a bar counter module, and these are bar counters. Really, these are the features and the benefits. So the sauna, so why our customers love us, sauna, 10 meters from the beach, 200 meters from restaurants, friendly owners. So it just shows all the benefits and the features, and then below that I've got using the testimonial module. I've got the testimonials there using avatars. So that's a man avatar and a female avatar. If you can, it's always best with the client there. They couldn't get the images of the actual people who gave the testimonials, but in the really, ideally, that's what you'd want. See if you can, when you're sending an email asking for the testimonial, ask if they can provide the image as well. To say, it makes it ensures that people coming to my website know that I haven't made it up. And most people will provide that. They'll be more than willing to provide the image. And also, if they've got a website, maybe a lot of your clients or students don't have websites, so you can't do that. But if they do, it really helps if you can add the website URL by the testimonial. So what we're doing here, we're just trying to do things to increase your conversion rate. So when we say the conversion rate, say 10 people come to this page here on your site, and if you've got a real image of the person instead of an avatar image, that'll increase the conversion rate of people, say, picking up the phone or sending you an email to find out more. It's just these little subtle things that you can do that over a period of a year or a few years adds up to thousands of pounds. So it might seem insignificant for the time right now. But these little things, you know, really do add up when you factor in over years. So having a real image there instead of an avatar will increase your conversion rate. When I say that, when I say conversion rate, 10 people coming to this page, and if you have 2 out of 10 picking up the phone and finding out more about your yoga class or whatever it is you do, you've got a 20% conversion rate. So say if you then tweak and you add the real image instead of an avatar image, and you add a website to all the testimonials, and you can then see that maybe you've got 4 out of 10 people coming to this page will pick up the phone or send you an email. That means you've got a 40% conversion rate, so you've doubled your conversion rate. I don't want to get too technical there, and you don't particularly have to track it, but all you kind of got to know is that these things make a difference. So if you can get the real images, great. If you can't, that's fine. But these little things really do matter. So let's go into the edit page, and I'll just show you what's gone on there. And so here, I'll scroll down, these are the sections, and these are the modules. So I've got a text module and a bar counter module. I'll just show you how I set that up. I just go over here, I click the add section button, that now adds a column there, or adds a row, and now I'm going to add the columns. I've got here a 1/3, 2/3 column, so I'll just show you how I've done that. I can click insert column. There's the 1/3, 2/3 column. Clicked into that, and there it is. So to insert the modules, I just went to text. There's the text module. Click save, and that's the bar counter module. Click insert modules. Find the bar counter modules section. There it is. Click on that, and click save. So there it is. That's how I set it up. I'll just delete that and go into here. Text module, very basic. I've already covered that in the previous videos. So there's a heading 1, and there's the mini sales copy there. So you can easily do that. And the bar counter ones is a new one, so I'll just show you that. It's quite a nice little dynamic effect, having the bars coming along. So here's how I've done it. The previous ones, I'll just show you how to add the bar counter there. So I'll go over here and you see add new bar counter, and say I put 100 meters from beach, and say if I put that at 50, that'll go 50% along the bar. Let's get rid of that. Click save, and everything else is defaulted. I've got a background color. I'll show you that there in a second. The background color is grey, and the bar background color is orange. So you can go in there and select different colors that you want. So again, you can do that from up there. Have whatever colors you like. I'm just going to click save, and I'll just show you now. Preview. And we'll have a look at that bar counter now. The new bar counter, there it is, 100 meters from the beach, and it's got 50% because I put 50 in the box there. So get in there. I'm just going to delete. Go back into edit the bar counters. I'm going to delete that over there. There it is. That's the last bar counter deleted. Click save. And that's that. And now below that, I've got the testimonials. So if you see back again, the testimonials just below, there it is. Got the avatar, the text, and the name there. This is how I did it. Again, you can just go into add section, and you can go insert columns. I just have one for each one. So the full width column. Insert modules. Find the testimonial. There it is. Testimonial. Click save. And what you can do, once you've added one, say you've got several like I've got up there, once you've done one and set it up, you go in there and you edit, do the names. You can just duplicate, or you can just duplicate straight away. So here, just clicking that little icon there will duplicate. You can duplicate it again. Say you've got 5 testimonials, you can duplicate that and each one and put the name in, and the text and everything. I'll just show you how I've done that. So I'm going to delete all those. Go into edit one of the testimonials, so go into those 3 lines. Obviously, the author name, just going to put the name of the person who gave the testimonial. There it is. You don't need to. If you want to, you can put job title, company name, author URL. If you've got all of that, you can add all that there as well. And I've put it to URL open in the same window. You could have it opening in a different window. There's where you can add the URL here, so you can upload an image. It's my little puppy there, wanting to play with his toy. So you can use the avatar images if you want to, but like I said before, try to get a real image of the person. And everything else is then defaulted. You can play around with whatever you want there, but that's all defaulted here. Down, this is the testimonial. So in this box here, you just write whatever, paste in the testimonial from the email that they send you into this box, and you're done. So this is the admin label. It will say testimonial automatically, but then what I normally do is keep organized. I'll put the name of the person who gave the testimonial there. Click save, and that's the admin label. That's the name of the person there, and just do the same thing for all the testimonials. So that is it. I'll just show you the preview again, just show you that how it looks again. So again, very simple up here. Just to recap, on the top here, I've got a 1/3 column and a 2/3 column. On that 1/3 column, I've got the text module. On that 2/3 column there, I've got that bar counter module. And down below is the simple testimonial module with the avatar and the name there. So that is that. Hope you enjoyed. I hope you found the case study for sunrisehousegreece.com useful. And if you want have got any questions, or if you're interested in getting a website from me, I specialise. I only do websites for yoga teachers and other alternative health practitioners. So if you're not an alternative health practitioner, I hope this was useful and you got some ideas, but probably go find someone else. But if you are, if you want to come to thebarefootwebdesigner.co.uk, come to my website and just have a look through, and you can have you've got all the information you need about getting a website from me. I do it at a very affordable price. I've got a starter price package for only £195. So I do that because I know, and I'm a yoga teacher, and I know my fellow yoga teachers don't have huge budgets. So what I've done is pre-designed a lot of WordPress themes with pages pre-filled and all the images already done, so I don't have to spend loads of time designing a site from scratch. If I did, I'd have to charge £1,000 plus. So that's how I keep the price down. And I do have a bespoke one, but even then I will choose one of the templates, one of the themes that you like. So you can go to my website and then go to the themes page, and you can have a little look through some of the themes, and if there's any there you like, and I can tweak it to look however you like. So if you saw the Sunrise House case study there, the videos, that looks very different to any of the themes that I've got there. They wanted a bespoke website, so and that was just £495. So they got a very professional looking, very dynamic website for under £500. So if you're interested, come to my website, thebarefootwebdesigner.co.uk. You can go to the contact page here and call me, send me an email, and be happy to answer any questions you've got.